Hello, and welcome to Leave a Light On podcast, a show that looks to tackle the everyday struggles in our everyday lives. It's time to shed some light on it. Leave a Light On podcast is not a licensed mental health service and shouldn't be substituted for professional advice or treatment. Things discussed in this podcast are general in nature and may be of a sensitive nature. If you're struggling, please seek professional help or contact Lifeline on 13 11 14. Here's your hosts, Shane and Chev.
Yo, hello,
Ho,
welcome,
ho, ho.
ho, ho, Merry Christmas.
That's just a terrible fake shit. You don't even have the white beard to go with it.
Nah,
you can't do
I
that.
don't have it, but I sound very good. And if Santa was South African, he would have definitely sounded exactly like that.
I
Actually,
was just about to say you're a South African Santa.
South African sounded exactly.
That's awesome.
Man, well, Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas to all.
What a beautiful. This is honestly my favorite time of the year. I definitely.
It's stressful.
It is stressful, but I mean, when you go back to the true meaning of Christmas, and I know that sounds super cliche, but when you go back to the true meaning of Christmas, it's all about family, friends, love, joy.
I tell you what I like.
Yeah,
is the beer and the food.
The beer and the food. That's such an Aussie thing.
Oh, it is.
Because if you look at all the Christmas like tales and stories, there's no beer involved actually.
So
food, yes.
Let me ask you a question.
Turkey, yes.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you two questions.
Let me kill the Christmas music in the background.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you two questions.
Yeah.
In South Africa,
yeah.
what is it? Is it obviously winter time, is it?
No, it's South Africa's Southern Hemisphere. It's the same.
So it'd be the same. Oh, yeah. So it'd be the same
so
as
it's
here.
summer.
So it'd be hot over there.
Your geography astounds me sometimes.
Well, there's a big map in front of us. so I should start to read that. Yeah. No, okay, so it's hot. So you'd be probably experiencing the same thing too, but obviously South Africans don't like their booze as much as Aussies.
Well, the Aussies do the whole shrimp on the barbie thing for Christmas.
Shrimp on the barbie. It's a prawn, you damn American.
It's a prawn.
That's awesome.
Shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah.
We don't have, first of all, we don't have barbies unless it's a doll. We do have those.
Right.
Yeah, but we call it a braai in South Africa.
Yeah, right.
So, but we have beer as well, and we have a braai. We throw some meat on the braai, and we get festive and get around the pool.
Yeah, that's us. Except we have lots of food and beer. So when we put stuff out for Santa, we have
prawns.
No, we have beer and cookies.
Beer and cookies.
Yes, we leave a beer for Santa.
No, that.
I'm telling you.
No, you do that. I reckon. If I had to ask majority of people listening to this, they would probably be like, "No, it's milk and cookies."
Let's put
and
a poll.
Carrot.
Hey, I want to put a poll up.
Okay,
let's put a poll up.
We'll pull a poll up.
What do you put? Beer, milk, or what is the other one? Beer, milk, or
what? No, it's only beer and milk.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, let's put a poll up.
Or water, I suppose, if you're lactose intolerant.
How do you know?
Santa's not lactose intolerant.
We can't. This is kids probably listening. They probably get the shits of this.
What's I'm saying? Santa's not lactose intolerant. Leave the milk out.
He's an alcoholic, I'll tell you.
Well, obviously, this is our last episode for the year. Thank you very much to everyone listening for obviously supporting us in this journey.
Yep.
Super excited. We would like to wish every single one of you a Merry Christmas.
Absolutely. For all the people out there that have stuck by us through the tough times and all the good times that we've had throughout this podcast. We really appreciate your support.
We applaud you.
Yeah.
As we do.
I can't wait until Mick takes over that bloody thing.
That's what are you talking about? But
he's like a child on that thing. That's awesome.
The best. I love it. It's like have you got a Christmas joke?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay, give it to me.
What do you call a smelly old Santa?
I don't know.
Farter Christmas. That's terrible. That's something that I'd tell my kids.
That is literally. I teed that up before you said that because I knew it wasn't going to be bad.
That's like a dad joke for the kids. So they loved it. They buddy lost it. But that's as I said.
Okay, I'll got one for you. Last one.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you call Santa after he's been put in the oven?
I have no idea.
A crisp Kringle.
I'm going to write that down.
Yes!
I'm going to write that down.
That was good. Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm going to take that over for the kids. The kids will love it.
They'll love it, yeah. I'm very much in my dad joke phase at the moment.
Oh, you're going to need it.
Yeah, it's epic. I'm loving it.
Especially if you looking at you and Shed. Looking at starting a family next year.
So
you're going to need some jokes.
I'm getting my dad joke practice in now. That's
Absolutely.
for sure. Super stoked. But last one for the year. So it's been fantastic. Thank you very much to you, Shed, as well, for a brilliant year.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you sticking by me.
Who would it? Yeah, it's been tough. No, I'm joking.
No, it's been good. It's literally, it has been tough, but we've got to find that middle of the road, and I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
And it's good.
That's it.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited. It's been great. But let's. This one's going to be obviously a Christmas special.
Yeah.
We don't have a guest on today, so it's just you and I.
Yep.
So obviously for you and I.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What up?
Thug laugh.
So, how do you want to do this today?
Oh, I reckon we just
wing it.
We're gonna wing it. We're gonna go with the flow.
Okay.
We're gonna just recap the year in terms of obviously. What you and I were discussing, some of the stats that we've come out of this year in terms of obviously we have a big push towards prevention and suicide and mental struggles and things like that. So we just got some stats from this year that actually
I can jot off now if you want, and then we can recap the end of the year.
We'll get into it. But I think for me it's just a case of to say obviously we started off this journey looking at how drastic these numbers are. This is just kind of for everyone to get a feel of how this year has gone and what it has entailed in terms of the space.
Yeah.
And then also just to highlight how important it is. So
Absolutely.
This is kind of the end of what we would like to call season 1 of Leave a Light On podcast.
Yep.
So this is the final episode in season 1. So thank you to everyone. Cool things in season 2 coming, which we'll also elaborate more as we get into this podcast. But
yeah, cool.
I know you've got some stats for us.
Yep.
Let's get into some of those and we'll discuss a few as well and how that's kind of impacted and done a few things. So give us your first one there, Chef.
Yeah, no worries. They're not actually in any particular order, but I just want to let you know that.
Wait, sorry. Can I get some Christmas music going in the background? I feel like
knock yourself out.
We're going to talk about heavy stats and stuff like that, but let's get a bit of festivities in the background here. What do you think?
Oh,
there
mate,
we go.
Knock yourself out. This is good. So these are, as I said,
Merry Christmas, everyone. Here's some stats to bring your Christmas down.
Hey, I love out the window. She loves it.
Actually, you can't say that.
she loves it. I know. It's good. No, well, it's good to see people smiling. You know what I mean? I love seeing smiles.
Let's put a pause on this quickly and elaborate on what you just said there, because most people would be like, old love, that's just walk past the window.
Just an older person.
We've got a wonderful new space that we've actually moved into for recording, which is literally in the center of Newcastle.
Which I'm so happy about.
And for those of you who don't know, that's where obviously we were based. We were based in Newcastle, Australia.
Yep.
And obviously we've now moved our offices, and it's pretty much in view of everyone that can walk past. We have a giant window that people can walk past and see. And so we have people kind of walking past, very inquisitive of what's going on.
Couple of smiles, couple of smiles, couple of waves. What the hell's going on
every
here?
now and again, someone pulls a middle finger at us. No, I'm joking. Everyone's laughing and smiling. It's Christmas.
Good. That's good.
That's something very cool that we're super excited about as well. So we're growing.
No, it's good. I'm looking forward to it too. The main reason for that is because we've talked about this for quite a number of weeks, and it's good for you to get out of your own home. So we were obviously, anyone that didn't know, we were recording at Shane's house in a spare room, and that was all well and good to start off with, but he needs his space, and it's good to get out. So when you leave here, you don't have to have that thought in the back of your mind 24/7.
Yeah, so I think it just shows the
beginnings,
the growth of the podcast as well, which has been great this year. It's been phenomenal. We'll rattle off a couple stats as well towards after this, but Shiv, let's get the Christmas music going.
Yep, sweet.
And you can give us some of those stats.
Cool. Yeah, as I said, no particular order, but so one of the stats I had here is more than 24% of Aussies are concerned about their mental health during the Christmas season.
I mean, super understandable when you think about it.
Yep. That's 24%. I know that's incredibly high. Yeah, but it's not, you know what I mean? Like 24%.
One in four people are concerned about their mental health. And that's, I mean, everyone would probably agree on this. I would say a lot of it's got to do with financial stresses. Everyone's obviously trying to make Christmas time a very special time, especially if you have kids.
Absolutely.
Trying to spoil your kids and things like that. And finances play a big part in it. So
it's funny you should say those things, because I've got the reasons written down here.
Oh, beauty. So look at me spitballing like that. Eh?
No, that's good. This is good.
Yeah.
But so what I did is I researched that fact, that stat, and I actually put down the reasons why. So the reasons they had were actually working long hours and finishing things off before the end of the year.
Okay.
So finish off any jobs they had, whatever.
Yeah.
Worrying about financial costs, which is what you said. Feeling pressure to celebrate when you have maybe a fractured relationship with a family member is a big one. So obviously a lot of people don't talk around Christmas time, whether it be a family member or a family, and a lot of people have fractured relationships, which is, in my opinion, that's pretty upsetting that it's like that. I know me and my old man aren't really on speaking terms, so I probably won't see him this Christmas. But it's something that, I think we should all at least, have a crack and have a mend.
Yeah.
Try and mend that stuff.
It's funny you should say that. I was actually was catching up with a friend of mine this weekend, and he's saying that he's having some stuff with family at the moment around this time, and there's a lot of conflict. And obviously that's people with their various opinions, and they're not agreeing on things. And I feel like if we can look at the Christmas spirit of things, and it's the one time of the year where you got to just put aside your differences and come together. And I know it's easier said than done, because a lot of people you get very offended by things, and you might have some validity in that and an offense. But I feel like it's such a beautiful time of the year to remember, family is something that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to experience. And a lot of people would love the opportunity to spend that time with people they love. You've either lost someone or, family is spread throughout the world or things like that. So, I think when you put it aside, a lot of people can be opinionated and things like that, but it's such a beautiful time of the year to just actually say, let's put aside that, let's spend some quality time together, and who knows, let's repair some of the damage that might have happened through those. That's exactly right. And I think you couldn't have said it better yourself, seriously. So it's a matter of putting aside your differences and celebrating a joyful time of year, because unfortunately it's not always a joyful time for a lot of people. I know a lot of people feel pressured for buying presents, whether they're going to have time off over Christmas or whatever it may be. I know a lot of people feel pressure for that, so it's not actually a joyful time for some people. Some people feel lonely at Christmas time and they don't want to celebrate due to being lonely, or whether they've had a loved one die or pass away. I know that I've had friends of mine who have had friends that have passed away or whatever, and it's about remembering, you know what I mean, like that time. And it can be a sad time of year for people like that. That I'm not going to share that time with that family. But I think it's just such a beautiful time of the year where we can just acknowledge, hey, everyone's got opinions and everyone's got their own beliefs, but put them aside. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's such a beautiful time of the year. I mean, I think it's impossible unless you're obviously what's that old humbug? What's his name? I want to say Scrooge, but it's not Scrooge. Who? Old humbug. What's his name, man? Who the hell's a humbug? Have you never heard it? Old. What was his name? Halloween. Yeah, no, man. The guy at Christmas who's he's the Grinch. No, yeah, he's the Grinch, but it's not the Grinch, man. It's what's Grinch Stone in Australia. I want to say Scrooge, but it's not Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge. Yes, it is Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge. Have you never heard the story of Ebenezer Scrooge? Absolutely not. See, this is like the most traditional Christmas story. Maybe in South Africa. You know Tiny Timmy? Have you ever heard of Tiny Tim? The guy who says, "Merry Christmas. God bless everyone." What'd you say? Merry Christmas. Yeah, I heard you the first time. I just wanted you to say it again. He's South African accent. I can't take it seriously. Ebenezer Scrooge. Anyway, do your research. Ebenezer Scrooge. It's a very popular Christmas story about how he gets visited by the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future. So it's the Grinch. Grinch is not even. There's no Christmas past, present, or future in the Grinch. There's a rip off of the Grinch. The South Africans ripping us off. Oh my goodness! No, I'm joking. You are just a shocker. This is awesome. So, broaden your perspective and look up Ebenezer Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I've never heard of her. It's not a her. It's a him. Oh, right. Okay. Sweet. Okay. You are moving right along. You're a shocker. Well, that's what it is. Hopefully the people are having a laugh, because this is what it's all about. Making people smile around Christmas time, especially if it's such a stressful time of year for people. Yeah. As I said, spending money. So hopefully you're smiling. Spending money, yeah. So, yep. Another stat I got here is in 2021. So this is a couple of years old. 31% of people over the age of 18 reported feeling lonely during the holidays. So why do you think that is? Are you going to tell me why, or do you want me to just guess? Well, I haven't got any follow-up for this, so you probably have to guess. Well, I mean, I think the first 2 points kind of go hand in hand. I mean, feeling lonely, families either spread out throughout the year. You got family dramas like we've just discussed, so you're not seeing eye to eye, so you decide, you're going to put that above the fact of spending time with family.
Yep.
Or you don't get invited, or maybe it is you just don't have a lot of family. I know one of the things that we've been saying is even in the younger generation nowadays, I hear so many of these, like Simon Sinek is one. I don't know if you know Simon Sinek. You are just a shocker.
I'm an uncultured spawn.
Simon Sinek is an incredible motivational speaker. He speaks a lot on like team leadership and building healthy team environments and things like that. And he goes and he speaks all over the world, and he has these conferences and things like that. And one of the things that he mentioned when it comes to building healthy connections and friendships with people is that a lot of young men are coming to him after his seminars and are saying like, I don't know how to make friends. I don't have any friends. I feel super lonely, and I don't have any like friends that I can just hang out with and I can connect with. And he says it's becoming more and more common. And I think it's because this is my opinion, obviously. Two reasons why is that we're living in a generation that is, and I've heard the saying before, we are the most connected we've ever been, but also the most disconnected. Technology connects everyone all over the world, but what it's doing is it's distracting people from true connection with people as well.
It's tearing people apart.
You know, so we connect with people over the world, but we forget to connect with those that are right next to us. For instance. You go to dinner or you go to lunch, whatever, and you look at other tables, and how many partners do you see that are right across from each other, both on their phones looking at their screens rather than like connecting with each other? It's ridiculous.
I see it all the time when I take the missus and kids out for breakfast, or if we go out for dinner or something like that. You always see, like, I always get like the kids, if we go out for dinner, say, always get them like a colouring in, or like colouring in pencils. Then you see like people like on their phones, and it's like, or the kids are on their tablets. It's like, what's wrong with the old fashioned have a yarn type of thing at Christmas time? You know what I mean? Connect with your family. I reckon it's the best time to connect with your family. When you go for dinner or something. So that's the one thing. Disconnected and connection, obviously. And then like we said, the second thing is just being, the world is so spread out nowadays. Like you got family, I've got family in New Zealand, I've got family in America. You know, friends in the UK, friends in South Africa, friends here. So it's like sometimes those connections that you really have with people that are like friends that you've built or family that you built up with for a long time, those connections are not necessarily close. So when it comes to this period of time where you want to be connected and you want to be around these people, you don't really have the opportunity to. And so we're finding a lot of people actually doing these like open home Christmas parties. I don't know if you heard, but basically I was chatting to a friend of mine the other day, and they were saying like their Christmas, like they've got a couple of family that now have gone to Europe to go travel, and you know they've got a few bits of family here, but nothing like they used to for this particular Christmas. And so what they're basically going to do is just have like an open house. So if you need somewhere to go for Christmas, or like they just saying, well, bring something and just pull in and have Christmas with us. I have heard that where people, especially people that are doing it tough, or people in nursing homes, like elderly people, or whatever, that don't really have anyone. I've heard of that. People going to that sort of length to invite people into their homes, which I think is fantastic. Especially if you are struggling, or if you're a little bit elderly and you don't have a family to, I think that's a fantastic idea. But I have actually heard of that. So
it's very cool. I mean, in saying that, I love the idea. I think it's like if you have the capability to open up your home and invite people that maybe don't have the opportunity to experience that closeness and connection that we're speaking about. Do it. I don't think there's a human being that has done it that regrets it at the end of it, because that feeling of connection, of joy, of just being able to help create an environment where people feel welcome and safe, and which is what we're trying to obviously advocate for on this podcast, is a community of people that, you know, feel safe and welcome and being able to share who they are without fear of judgment. If you have the ability to do that, like honestly, there is not a single human being I know that would say if they've done that, they haven't felt the biggest reward at the end of it.
I don't know anyone personally, but I know there is, I think, just off memory, I think last year, or it might have been even the year before, there was one or two families or houses in Singleton that actually did that. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
It's very cool.
I was like, oh, how do you go around about something like that? What do you... Like, how do you advertise? Put it out there, advertise on Facey, or
you put it on your Facebook. And, you know, I'm not saying necessarily that it has to be a complete stranger. I know we live in a world where you got to be very mindful of the people that you are inviting into your space, but at the same time, like,
That was sort of where I was going with it.
Yeah.
Like, it is awesome that they do that, but you've got to be very mindful this day and age.
Might just be someone you haven't connected with in a long time.
Yeah, well, I know there's a couple of houses or a couple of streets or whatever in Singleton where I'm from that actually, like, neighbours actually get together. Do you know what I mean? Like, so they get together out the front yard, they have a barbecue, and, like, there's a street where streets, like 3 or 4 families from, say, that street will go over there and they have, like, a big spit roast in front of the front yard.
Yeah.
They'll have a big spit roast. Everyone brings a platter, whether it be potato salad, ham, whatever, turkey. Yeah, and that's like our street.
Yeah,
that get together.
that's amazing.
So that's awesome. I'd love to live in that sort of street. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be very. Well, is it not? You just said it's your street, isn't it?
No.
It's just a street.
It's a street in
I
Singo.
thought you said it was your street.
No, it's a street in Singo that do it, and I'm like, well, that's so cool. That's
so cool.
That I would love to live in a street like that. That everyone's just like, yeah, come over.
Yeah, for sure.
Have a couple of beers. We'll get the bloody spit on the ham on, and I think that's awesome. So
I think it's great.
That goes off to you.
Yeah, yeah. And we're wearing Christmas hats, so if you're taking our hats off, you must know it's big.
It's getting hot.
Yeah.
My head's getting hot.
It's getting hot in here.
So the last stat that I wanted to throw at you, and then I've got one other thing, and then we can jump on, is 34% of Aussies are pressured into spending more money than what they can afford at Christmas time. So what I've got a theory on that.
Okay.
And I think, I don't know for sure, as I said, we always generalise on this podcast, but I think a lot of people buy stuff, and in this new age, I think a lot of people are less appreciative of it. So they go beyond their means to buy something so they can't afford. So like my nan, I know once upon a time she used to do that. Buy presents that maybe might be out of her means, a bit costly, to make us grandkids happy.
Yeah.
But she couldn't afford it, you know what I mean? It was a struggle for her. That's just my theory. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's, you know what I mean? Like,
it's theory.
34% of Aussies, apparently.
It's the whole keeping up with the Joneses saying.
That's exactly right.
It's the comparison. You look at your neighbour and you see they have a fancy bike or they have a motorbike or whatever the toy of choice is. But it's always like you're trying to compete with people, you know? And so I think the worst thing we can do is comparison in this day and age, because when we look at comparison nowadays, all it does is it's creating these problems of us trying to elevate our status and look more like either better than we are in terms of our status, in terms of financial status, or our cool factor, or whatever the case is. But it's just all about our status nowadays. And I think that is the worst thing we can do, is that whole comparison thing. Yeah. But then also what it is like you say, so I use this as an example. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever. If you look at the kids in Africa, for instance, that grow up in these villages where they grow up with nothing.
You would have seen this also. This is going to be very interesting for the listeners, because you would have seen a lot of shit.
They are honestly the most joyous, most happiest kids. Yep. That because all they do is they go out and they play soccer with their friends, or they'll make a toy out of like an old bicycle tire that they find, or like they'll craft a thing out of like old wire or mesh. Yep. They are so happy with the little things that they get, and they appreciate it. I feel like kids that get everything they want don't appreciate it, like you say, and then grow up with an expectation that I'm just going to get everything.
That's exactly right. Handed to you on a silver platter.
And then when life hits them, which eventually it does.
It's hard, man.
And they realize that, you've actually got to work, and you might not get everything you want in the time that you want it. To deal with the disappointment of that's why we have a lot of the struggles that we have nowadays.
I think so. Especially what you said, handed it to them on a silver platter. And that's what I'm trying to teach my 3 kids at the minute. They are awesome. So good. They've got the biggest hearts in the world. They mean really well. They're kids. Kids are out of control sometimes, whatever. Yeah. But I'm trying to teach them not to take everything for granted, especially around this time of year. Yeah. So we're actually, I think either today or tomorrow, we're actually going to go through all their toys and put them in a big basket.
So good.
And I'm telling them, this is what me and my missus have said. Either today or tomorrow, we're going to go through them and we're going to say, all these toys that you don't play with anymore, we're going to take them to the less fortunate family.
So good, dude.
And we're trying to enforce that into them.
100%. I'll applaud you for that. That is so good, Chef.
You say you should.
Yeah. It is such a beautiful initiative, honestly. Oh, man. Seriously. I really feel like more people need to get around that, because how many times have we seen like people buy these toys and they go, for the first 3 months, kids like play with them like nonstop. And then they go into a toy bin and then they're never seen again and they end up in a landfill somewhere.
That's exactly right.
And people are just like bubbling to get a hold of those toys. Or like you got kids that they would just froth at the opportunity to have.
That's exactly right. And that's what I see with my kids. Like, so I'm not going to lie, like my kids, they're each got an iPad and all that sort of stuff, and they only get so much sort of time on it, blah, 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 whatever. But it's like kids don't get iPads. They don't. Some kids don't get any of that stuff. So I want them to understand that they should be feeling very privileged.
Yeah, it is a privilege.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because not every kid has an iPad.
Yeah.
They don't have games or toys like that. They, like you said, growing up in like South Africa and all that, you would have seen it all. And kids make something out of mesh.
Oh, dude, they were but that's what I loved about it, is they were so like, they just used their initiative, and they would they would just make like a soccer ball. They wouldn't be able to afford a soccer ball. So they would just take plastic bags and they would wrap plastic bags up into a tight ball and then they would tape it like a ball and then they would just kick that around. And that was their soccer ball. It was, and they loved it.
Yeah.
They weren't like sitting there going, oh, woe is me, we've only got this.
Yeah.
I don't have it. Like, they just loved it. They made the best of what they had.
Which is what each and every one of us need to do, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I wish, this is a God's honest truth, I wish that everyone in this world could go for whether it be a day or a week or a month just to experience that. To go, oh, shit. Because that's an oh shit moment.
Yeah.
To go, oh, wow, look where I am. Say, for argument's sake, like, I don't know what you guys call it. What do you call it over in South Africa, like the real bad parts? Like slums or no?
They probably known as townships.
Okay, so townships.
Yeah.
So I'd love people to go to them.
Some people call them squatty camps.
Go, oh, wow, I really do have it good. These kids have got nothing. So it'd be awesome because, and I'm not going to lie to you, I used to be like that when I was growing up, all that sort of stuff. But in my later years, I've noticed that life gets hard and you just got to go, you know what, I'm just going to deal with it as is.
Yeah. And
and you can't be too ungrateful.
Yeah. And I also just want to take a moment here to also just say, I'm not against spoiling your kids.
Oh, no.
That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm like, I know when I become a parent that my child is going to be spoiled and they are going to be loved unconditionally. But I also want them to realize that me loving them doesn't come with gifts. Me loving them is unconditional.
Yep.
It comes with by the way I treat them, the person that I'm going to bring them up to be, even if that means in a disciplined moment. It's me doing it in love, never in like anger or so. That's if you have the opportunity and you spoil your kids, and that's beautiful. Like, I'm not saying, all I'm saying is don't let that be the root of your love for your child, because that's not healthy, and that doesn't raise a child that is going to be thankful and grateful for the things that they grow up for.
They'll get the whole totally wrong idea.
Yeah. But that's my 2 cents anyway. That's my opinion.
No, that's all right. Well, the last thing I want to finish off on, on the stats and stuff, is just tips in managing stress over Christmas. Like, this is what I've researched and what they've...
Oh, Dr. Chev. Here we go.
Well, I always try and do a little bit of research. Hey, I've got a PhD in stupid, so, okay.
Do we need... Wait, should I get the Christmas music back for this? Because I feel like...
Well, this is the last thing.
Yeah, but it's tips and tricks on how to...
Well, it's the last thing. So this is what I've come up with, as in... So I've searched it, and they reckon professionals from the website that I got reckon this is the best way to manage that stuff.
Wait. Chef's Christmas hacks on how to be more thankful.
It's definitely not a hack. It's common sense.
Common sense.
It's common sense.
Chef's common sense.
What
that's something I never thought I would say in my life.
It's seriously, when I do research, they love it. It's all good. So here you go. Here's the first one they reckon is plan ahead and share the load. So when you're going to someone else's house, obviously, as we've said before in this podcast today, share, everyone bring a plate. Share the load, share the cooking, whether it be setting up the Christmas decorations or planning the day or whatever. Just share the load.
I honestly don't see how that's even something we need to say. I feel like that should just, like you say, common sense.
It's common sense.
Yeah.
So so another one's like managing the Christmas budget. So if you're strapped for cash or whatever else, just buy what you can afford. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't even have to go and be what you said before, the latest and greatest, keeping up with the Joneses. It doesn't have to be like that. Because it's all about family and friends at Christmas time, I think. So obviously manage your Christmas budget, just buy what you can afford. Stay active over Christmas. So,
you going to gym?
I have been.
Yeah, good job.
I have been. But I'm probably going to let myself go over Christmas.
Oh, no. You just said it. Stay active.
It is. Stay active. I don't like this one.
The stay active one?
Actually, no, I'm going to leave that to the last.
Okay.
It's because I've got 2 left.
Yeah.
So the second last one's be generous and help others. You know, as you said before, open up your house with people that are less fortunate. Make them feel welcome, make them feel loved if they're lonely around Christmas time. Definitely give them a leg up and show them that you actually care. The last one I don't really like is limit the alcohol.
Yes.
And eat well.
Yes.
Limit the alcohol and eat well, because obviously we all know that alcohol is a suppressant.
Yeah.
So, you know, like it doesn't make you feel the best. But
look,
it does for me. So.
I don't think alcohol is a problem. I think the abuse of alcohol is the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So you can have a few beers, you know, maybe get a little bit
but
tiddly.
Don't let that be the reason that you're enjoying it, is that the fact that you're drinking.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah, make sure you get tiddly and have fun with the family.
Yeah.
Don't go stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I understand 100% what you're saying.
I like that.
But they're like the 4 or 5 tips that I actually researched, and they said this is roughly what everyone does each year.
Yeah.
As I said,
I reckon we're
mainly
going to
common
start a
sense,
new segment.
What's that? Here we go.
Common sense with Chev.
Oh, God. That's going to be, that's going to be awesome.
It'll be once a year segment, that.
I'll just make up some bullshit and hope you follow.
You do that anyway, so it's great.
So that'd be good. So that's roughly what I've researched for the Christmas thing. And so.
That's awesome, Chev. That's really good. Well done.
I wanted to go along with the Christmas theme.
Yeah. Yeah. That was brilliant.
Well, I just figured to go along with the Christmas theme and whatnot. So
yeah, no, you did well.
Anyway,
you did very well.
What else you got?
What else have I got?
Yeah. So you want to?
Yeah. Well, we'll get into
we wanted to talk about what's going on for 2025.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get into all of that now. So let's get onto that. Now that we're done with all the heavy stuff, no, I'm joking. It was lovely.
The heavy lifting.
Yeah, we've first of all started off by saying thank you to everyone for getting on this journey with us.
Yep.
A few really interesting stats that have come out of this year for everyone that has tagged along on this journey with us. We have literally got a influence in 30 countries around the world.
Yeah.
So we have podcasts that have been downloaded in over 30 countries. So our sphere of our community is expanding.
What? When you told me that 30 countries, like who the hell did that? Like,
30 countries.
How do they get a hold of us? You know what I mean?
It's amazing. So
it's cool.
we are listened to in over 30 countries at the moment, which is amazing.
I wonder if they can understand us.
Yeah, look, I mean, we might have to look at getting it translated into a few.
Mick needs to translate. Our manager, Mick, needs to translate.
So, yeah, for those who don't know as well, we have now officially appointed a manager.
Yes. Michael Boyd.
Yeah, Michael Boyd has come on as, for those of you who, any inquiries, do not come to me, do not come to Chev.
Go to our manager.
You go to our manager, to old Mick, old Boydie, as we call him.
Get on and say something, Mick.
Hey, you give him your microphone. Yeah,
come over here and say something, Mick.
Come say something on the microphone, Mick. You can come say hello to everyone.
Don't be shy. We're all in it together, brother.
Yeah, go join old Chevy Corkle over there. Oh, I mean, you can. That is a Santa privilege, though. Yeah.
Santa privilege.
Yeah.
Hey guys, excited to be here.
Yeah, you got to get closer. Yeah.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, you excited to be here?
We're all on the journey together, and we're going to make some good headlines.
Yeah, some good headlines.
Watch
yeah.
this space.
Yeah, Mick's very excited with this, and he's actually, which we're going to share, has shared some incredible vision with us that he sees for us in the podcast, and we're on a great journey. So, Mick, we want to say welcome, and we give you an honorary applause to say welcome. And you know what? I'll also throw in.
So that's our manager, Mick. He goes all right. He busts his ass for days on end to get this where it's happening.
Yeah. So he is actually the reason why we also have a new space.
Yep. Exactly.
The most connected man in Newcastle, that's for sure. So he has helped us with this new space. The other thing that obviously, and I want to get into our Christmas music here because I feel like deserves a bit of Christmas music. We did kind of mention it briefly. I think in our last episode with Walshy. Yeah, it would have been. For those who don't know, we have a really exciting announcement that we kind of hinted on the last time.
Yeah.
But we have officially now launched our own line of merchandise.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly right. So for everyone out there, we've got shirts, we've got hats. No, it's all right. I know you.
Yes.
So we've got shirts and we've got hats and we've got key rings.
Yeah.
And we've got heaps of stuff.
Yeah. So we've got a line of 4 shirts now.
Got other stuff in the pipeline.
Yeah. But we're going to start off small. I know for us it's big, but we're going to start off small. We got 4 shirts that you can choose from.
Yep.
We have different colors. We have black, teal, pink, and bone, which is like a beigey color, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got those 4. They come with our logo on the front, which obviously we've now revamped and have launched that new logo, which is Leave a Light on Podcast.
Which is, honestly, I reckon, epic.
Epic.
The new logo looks sick.
So new logo's out there, which is also great. So we've got logo on the front of our shirts, and then we've got our slogan, and we mentioned that in the last episode, which...
Yep.
What is our slogan, Chef?
Where every voice belongs.
Woo! That's it.
It is on our website, and it's all ready to go as well. So www.leavealightonpodcast.com.au. So check it out. That's where all our merch is. Go to the shop there.
All the merch is on there, which is great. So we're really excited about that. We've also, obviously, like you said, we've got caps.
Yeah, trucker caps, which I'm super excited about because I'm always wearing a hat.
Trucker caps with our logo on it, which is beautiful.
Where every voice belongs.
I know I'm in my cap phase at the moment. I just live in a cap.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, cap phase for sure. So, yeah, trucker caps, they only come in black though.
Yep.
We're only going to go black for now, which is great. And then we have also launched key rings.
Which,
silver and gold, if I'm not mistaken. Silver. We're going to stick with silver.
Fair enough. Well, I do.
Silver,
that's what I said.
and they have our logo of Leave a Light On podcast.
Yeah, cool.
Which
I
is
did
great.
actually say that to Mick the other day that I've actually had 4 people hit me up about key rings.
Yeah.
They love it. So I'm
That's
like,
great. Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
It's a nice little stocking filler, actually.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So
which
make
is
sure
great.
you get in and have a look.
Yeah, and then with that, obviously, we have what are we calling it? Our members section?
Yeah, it's like a Patreon page.
Yeah.
Where you can come and obviously sign up to our Patreon page.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, Mick could probably correct me if I'm wrong, but that's where you get exclusive deals, as in, early release on merch. You get episodes with no ads, and you could also get bonus episodes. Bonus episodes as well. They're the 3 things that
I
you'll
think
get.
you get a discount on the merch as well, don't you? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You get
10% discount on the merch as well.
Happy days. So it is worth signing up to the Patreon page.
And that doesn't cost anything? It does cost? Okay, it does cost. Look at the website. The website will tell you everything.
That's all right. So, I think I'm not 100% sure on how much it costs, but you just pay a couple of bucks each month, or
I think it's $4.95 if I'm not mistaken. $4.95.
There you go, $5 a month.
$5.
And they get you, as I said, exclusive deals, and you get the first pick of any merch before anyone else.
And you want to know the crazy thing about that, Chef?
Nope.
Is that $4.95? It's not even something that we are pocketing in our pockets.
No, that's not exactly right. It's going straight to our merch and to pay for all this stuff.
Yes, but it's also going, like we've spoken about, we have a big drive that we want to give back.
Oh, of course we do.
And so we're going to be looking at partnering with a few charities that we obviously will pick. And we will be helping those charities out. So all these kind of things is going to go towards not only expanding the community, which we're going to do, and we have a very cool little announcement for that as well, which we'll get into after this, but it's going to be giving back.
Yeah, and that's what I said to you ages ago. That was one of my biggest driving things as well. Whatever we make on our merch or anything we do, I'd love to put towards a charity. And I think, you 100% we're on board, and I think it's great. I think what we're doing. So not only are we, helping,
which is good.
Helping others, but we're making headway. So
making a difference, which is always what we're going to do.
So which is great. I love it.
Which leads me, and this will probably be the last thing that I'm going to end off with.
Sure.
Unless you can, have I missed anything?
No, I think we've announced everything.
We've announced everything. The Leave a Light On podcast, the Instagram and socials, obviously. Yeah. If you haven't followed us on Instagram and Facebook, please do us a favor and go and follow us. Whatever platform you're listening to us on now, whether it be Spotify, Apple, whatever your YouTube, platform of choice is, please give us a follow on those platforms as well. It really does go a big way for us in terms of growing the podcast, growing the popularity. At the moment, from what I saw in 2024, we were among the top 50% of podcasts in general in Australia.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty good achievement.
Yeah, so that's not in just the category of mental space or mental health space that we're in. That's podcasts throughout in Australia in the top 50%.
Just to add on what you were saying there as well, if you do listen to us on YouTube or Spotify, Apple Podcast, whatever platform you listen to us on, make sure you go and give us a 5-star rating and make sure you write a bit of a review, because that will help us get better, like I shouldn't say better guests, but different guests on. You know what I mean? Like help us get guests on, it'll help to grow our podcast. So give us a review on your platform that you listen to. Give us it doesn't have to be 5-star rated as you wish. 5-star would be better, but yeah, that will help us get guests on and grow our podcast.
Even just to follow, and that's why I say even on the socials, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook.
Yep.
If we can grow that community and we're getting a wider base of community that we can then, expand on, that is going to be the platform for us to get bigger and better people on here to speak.
Exactly right.
Because that just shows people are going to be like, oh, okay, they've got X amount of people that they influence, and so they're going to be like, well, okay, cool, I'm happy to share my story with them. We're not out of this to make money, and I think we've said that from the beginning.
Yeah.
This is literally a thing that we want to do in order to help people.
That's exactly right. Like, I would love to do this. Yeah, well, we both would love to do this full time to help people and give back.
Well, we're funding this out of our own money at the moment.
That's exactly right.
We've taken a lot of our own finances and put it into this podcast and starting it up to a level that we think is professional.
Yeah, of course.
And first of all, I want to say screw the haters.
Hey, yeah, definitely. So I'd like this podcast to be, good and everyone jumping on board and finding a safe space, because at the end of the day, I'd like to say, thanks to the haters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone that doubted us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look what we've done and look what, all the people that we've helped.
Yeah, we're determined to succeed no matter what. So
I hope so, yeah.
So that's good.
I think it'd be awesome.
But yeah, that's going to lead me into my last point that I want to make for today's episode.
Yep.
Is that we have something very exciting happening in 2025. And I'm not talking about merch.
What are you talking about?
We have now dreamt really big.
Kicking presents and stuff.
Yeah.
This is just absurd.
We've dreamed really big. And like we said, we want to expand our circle of influence. So in March 2025.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to be launching our first ever Leave a Light On event.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be something where everyone can get involved.
Yep.
We're going to do something with our Leave a Light On community. And we are going to not only just come together and just meet and kind of socialize in the environment that we are. Yep. But what we're going to do is we're going to create an event that we are going to do annually with everyone, where we can say, hey, this is what we are. This is who we are.
Yep.
This is our goal, our vision. Join us. So it's going to be such a cool thing where we can not only raise money for the Leave a Light On organization that we've obviously started, but also to give back to charities and things like we've said. So that's what this event's going to be geared towards. I'm not going to say too much more in terms of what the event is. You're going to have to keep listening.
Keep listening. Keep watching our socials as well.
Yeah, keep watching our socials, connected in there. We'll give little tidbits as we go in terms of what it's going to entail and how it's going to go. Where you can start registering your interest if you want to be a part of that as well. So yeah, it's going to all I'm saying is keep your eyes on the website, on the socials, and that'll give you all the information you need.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, the website. I was just about to say that. Yeah, make sure you keep it on our socials and website, because it'll be posted up there.
Yeah. The website's got so much info.
Yeah.
If you need a web base to listen off, you can listen to all our podcasts on our website.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have a subscription to Spotify or Apple or anything like that. You can literally go onto our webpage. All our episodes are there. This one will also be on there when it launches as well.
Which is great.
Yeah,
because if people struggling as well, that might not have the extra cash to pay for subscriptions, it's all free there.
All free on our website. So you can go listen to all our websites on all our episodes on there. All our merch on our website. If you want to go have a look at those, ordering can be done on there.
Just keep in mind with the ordering as well, when you do order it, because we're getting smashed. It's 2 weeks.
We have a two-week lead around at the moment. That might vary depending on when you're listening to this and things like that. But yeah, we say you'll definitely within 2 weeks you'll have your merch, whatever you order. So that's great.
Hey, we're running this podcast. We haven't even got our merch. I'm up in arms.
Yeah.
I'm ready to fight Mick over this.
No. He's done a great job.
He has.
It's coming. So,
it's awesome.
All our merch is on there. If you want to go have a look, it's got pictures on there. It's got prices. It's got the ordering you can do through the website, and they'll give you all the details that you need on there as well. If you want to sign up to be part of our patronage, or you want to be one of the members on our website, all the info will be on there. And then, like I said, when it comes to all the events that we're doing, if we have little events, mini events leading up to the big event that we have, keep your eye on the website. It's got all the information. Also, if you want to connect with us, you can connect with us on our website. There's a little tab there that says connect with us there.
Absolutely.
You can also connect with our social media as well, obviously.
Yeah, social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Oh, and if you've got any complaints, that's cool. Just talk to Mick. So that's
Yeah, we have a complaints
department. No, that's all right. I think, honestly, from where it's this podcast, where it started, and I think about that honestly all the time, where this podcast has started and where we're coming now.
Yeah.
I think the whole three of us have done bloody well.
Yeah, bloody well.
It is. And I cannot wait for 2025 to see where this actually goes.
I'm really excited for 2025. It's going to be awesome.
Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to next year and smashing some goals with this podcast.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited for what the future holds. Season 2 will be out in January of 2025.
We'll get you posted on the date that it comes out anyway.
Yeah, we're going to take a little break now going into Chrissy and New Year's.
Hopefully, if all goes well and the podcast does what I think it's going to do, hopefully next Christmas we can just keep putting out episodes.
I mean, yeah, who knows?
Like, you know what I mean? Like recording just so people don't have to wait for a break. But we'll obviously talk about that anyway. But hopefully we won't have to take, so to speak, a break.
Yeah. Chev likes to do this thing where he thinks and then speaks, but doesn't think about the repercussions of what he says.
No, but
yeah, there's no filter.
Yeah,
Chev,
but if we get in the studio and just record.
Chev does this thing where he'll go, I was actually meant to talk to you about this, but let me say it anyway, and then says it. And then I go, oh, well, there you just spoken to me and everyone else about it, you know?
That's it. There's no secrets between any of us.
No.
So
your filter is shocking.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Take me as I am, people. So,
yeah.
No, that's awesome. So we'll just say, but as I said, that's the big goal anyway for next year.
That is the big goal.
Keep you guys listening.
Yeah. So to recap, thank you again, everyone, for coming along on this journey with us, for the community we're building. We really appreciate you. We love you all. And we're so excited for what 2025 holds. If you haven't, go jump on our website, buy some merch. You never know. It might become your favorite shirt.
www.leavealightonpodcast.com.au. Check it out. Let us know what you think, and let's get those shirts. Let's get everyone wearing those shirts.
And socials, if you need to get us on our socials, Leave a Light on Podcast.
On Facebook?
On Instagram, and what else?
TikTok.
Chev's favorite. TikTok.
Hopefully now that we're going to slowly maybe start to record shorts and stuff, that can just take care of itself.
Yeah, that is something that we're looking at, everyone, is we're going to start looking at a bit of video attached to our audio, which will be great.
TikTok will take care of itself then.
TikTok will take care of itself.
Anyway, you guys stay safe out there.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Shane and myself and Mick.
Yeah, we hope that you guys have a really safe and joyous festive season.
Absolutely. Stay safe. Please drive carefully on the roads.
Yeah, we look forward to 2025 with you guys. And from us here at Leave a Light on Podcast, for the last time in 2024.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Leave a light on. Let's go.
Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Hey, thanks for listening. We hope you managed to gain some insight from today's episode. Jump onto our socials and reach out. And until next time, wherever you are, let's leave a light on.